Okay, welcome all the people over here who is watching us live on YouTube. आज आप सोच रहे होंगे कि अभिषेक जी इंग्लिश में क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Because today we are having teachers from Africa, Nairobi, and this session is going to be very interesting, full of guru stories, full of adventure Sewa stories, and so many things. You have heard the song Samina Mina, Waka Waka, Samina Mina. It's time for Africa. So we have reached Africa and we have connected with the African art of living in Kenya. And Nimoji is joining us from Nairobi. There are three things which happens in Sattva Talks. First, when you watch this channel, this is not a normal channel. This is a channel where three things happen. First is when you continue to watch this episode, automatically you will have a blissful smile in your face. And once you just follow this Sattva Talks YouTube channel, you will see automatically when you listen to so many stories, the grace starts flowing in your life and your life becomes a celebration. I guess all the people, Jacqueline, your life has become a celebration and you have started becoming more happy when you have been here in Art of Living. Yes. So the life becomes celebration after that. And the third thing is uh, we have a mission to create a stress-free and a violence-free society. And Gurudev's vision is our mission. And let's make it our vision and work. Like we will make this world a stress-free and a violence-free. Everyone is happy. Everyone is helping each other. And today we have Nimo with us. She's the Art of Living teacher. And she's been doing fantastic work in Kenya. And I was so fortunate to listen to her guru stories today afternoon and goosebumps, really goosebumps. Today I requested many people, especially to join this session, listen. These guru stories are really very amazing. And the time has come now. Let me tell you in brief about her. Like who is she and what has she done? Just a second. Just a second. Yes, it's there. So talking about her, she's an Art of Living senior international teacher. She was brought up in Kenya with BSc in psychology and masters in social policy and planning in developing countries. She is passionate about development and progress of youth in Kenya and Africa. She draw her inspiration from Gurudev Sri Ravishankar, who is globally renowned peace ambassador and follower of Art of Living Foundation, to teach the programs and work towards building a stress-free, healthy and happy society. She has taught hundreds of people since 2002 in various countries of the world, including Mexico, India, Tanzania, UK, USA, and Kenya, of course. She is passionate and she has drive. This drive comes from her inner transformation. And she is on a mission to bring inner transformation and smile to the people around. And she has brought many people into this path of stress-free, violence-free living, and she has spread happiness to countless number of people. I can't show these videos because YouTube will give me copyright, but there are so many videos of her reflecting her work. She has gone into the slum areas where no one have reached and brought Sudershan Kriya meditation in their lives. So today we have Nimo with us. Nimo ji, welcome. And आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. You are welcome in Sattva Talks. Today when I was talking to you and listening to your guru stories, I was just thinking like Gurudev have reached everywhere in the part of the world. And I was so amazed that how you are dedicated and continuously working with one fixed vision, like, okay, I need to take it and I need to spread this to many people as much as possible. how this journey started. We would love to know your journey from starting from even before meeting Gurudev. Means uh, how was your life, and slowly we will take on other things as well. Please unmute.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. Thank you for hosting me on this talk. And for all those who understand English and who may not understand, but can pick up bits and pieces, I'll do my best to share my story. And if you have a question in Hindi, or I can strive to answer, because my Hindi is all not all that great. But I was born and brought up in Kenya, and
दो लाइन
I
हिंदी में भी बोल दीजिए कि आप हिंदी में नहीं बोलने वाले हैं so that people
ठीक
relate
है,
somewhere
तो
in
मैं
India.
सबको प्रणाम करती हूँ, जय गुरुदेव बोलती हूँ, क्योंकि हम सब अम, गुरु जी के सेवक है, और सब कनेक्टेड है। और इस कनेक्शन के द्वारा मैं बात करना चाहती हूँ सबसे, जैसे आपका कनेक्शन वो मेरा भी है। और ये शेयर करना चाहती हूँ सबसे कि पूरे दुनिया में गुरु जी का जो काम चल रहा है, जो ग्रेस है, हम सबको इसको आगे लेना है पूरी दुनिया में। तो ये मेरा विजन है, एंड आई होप दैट आई कैन
Yes,
से इट,
yes,
and I've said it in
yes,
a okay way. I don't
yes.
know.
Now people will not comment. Abhishek Hindi. You have said it very clear. Okay, Didi, we would
Yeah.
love to know your journey. Yes, how it all started.
I was obviously, as I said, I've been born and brought up in Kenya, and I have to also say hello to Peter and Jackie. Hello, Peter, Jackie. They are my Kenyan people here today. And I'm very fortunate that I was born in Africa and able to take Gurudev's work. Though when I was young, obviously, I didn't know this was something I would do. I did the program when I was just about to go to college. I did the Art of Living basic course, and that time it was 6 days. And my teachers had come from India, and I was a very rebellious child. My mom told me there is this program and I think you need to do it. And I said, no, I'm not going to do any program, because when I saw the teachers, I thought, my goodness, this looks like something religious and it's not for me. I was not into that at all. And, this is not something I wanted to be part of. So I immediately said no, and that was it. And the next day, my teacher came to one of my uncle's home for a dinner, and I happened to see her there, and she told me, why don't you come on this program? Your mom has been on it, and I saw good changes in my mom. She was smiling a lot, and she looked happy, and but still inside of me, I was still very young, and I wanted to be with my friends and party and do everything that was normal of a person, a child that age. So I looked at this lady and I thought, my goodness, there's actually something about her, but I didn't, still I was not sure. Then I went to her and I said, how can something like breathing, change your life? Because to me, it doesn't make sense. I'm breathing right now, and you're telling me do a breathing process and it will change my life. I don't know. And she said, um, just come for the program and you'll really like it. And still, I refused. I said, I will not come for sure. Somehow or another, she asked, I met her again at the party. We bumped into each other and then we continued talking. I said, look, I've been thinking about this breathing process. And she said to me, if when you're angry, if somebody slaps you, what will you do? I said, of course, I'll slap them back. What do you think I'll do? She says, oh, no. If you do this program, you won't do that. I said, all right. Then maybe there's something in it. I might think about it. So the next day, there was a program announced, a basic course, and I was going to be part of it, but it got cancelled. I was so happy it got cancelled. I said, thank God it got cancelled because the teacher was wearing, a white. And I said, I don't know, this is not my thing again. And thank God I was about to go and call my mom from those times we had phone. We didn't have mobile phones. So I went to the office where the hall was and called my mother. And I said, oh, thank God this course is cancelled. Please pick me up. So the teacher caught hold of me and said, no, 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 you will come to your aunt's. They were staying at my aunt's home, and they said, you come with us there to my aunt's home, and we have dinner there. I said, all right, I'll come. That's okay, I can do that. So I called my mother, and I told I'll go to my aunt's house and my cousin will drop me back home. And they said, fine. So when I sat for dinner, the two teachers seemed very excited that somebody called Gurudev had called them. And I thought, what? This Gurudev, who is he? They kept going on and on that this Gurudev has called, Gurudev has called. And I'm sitting, I'm having my dinner. I'm thinking these two people so happy just for Gurudev. Who is this Gurudev? So I looked at them, not knowing at all who Gurudev is. I didn't know. I don't even know what the word guru means, because we're born in Africa. Yes, we pray to God, and we have our temple or our church or whatever, but that's about it. So I asked them, I said, who is this Gurudev? I want to know. And can I speak to him? And they said, yeah, yeah, if he calls again, you can talk to him. I said, oh, okay, I don't mind. If you Gurudev calls, then I'll speak. And I waited, till the time that I could speak to Gurudev, but he didn't call back that day. And my teacher called, told me, and they said, let's teach you this breathing. So I said, all right. So I sat with them, and I did the breathing process, and I felt very good. And they said, you can join this. Another teacher was taking. There were two programs happening in the morning. You can join this teacher. I said, I don't know if I'll be able to wake up so early, because I was a young girl on holiday. I'd college, and then, going to college. And this was the only time I had break. So I said, look, honestly, to the teacher, I don't think I can wake up. Please count me out of the program. Not knowing that in the morning I would wake up actually and go for the program. How I went, how I reached, even I till today do not know. So I happened to come on the second day of the program, and I did Sudershan Kriya, the sky breathing, as everybody knows it now. And I went up to my teacher and I said, please, I know you couldn't have made this technique. You just show me the photo of the person who's made this technique. And she had a small photo of Gurudev, and she showed me the photo, and I just was like, oh, this is Gurudev. They said, yes, this is Gurudev. I said, wow. And I just felt instantly that I knew Gurudev from then, you know. So fast forward now, because it's a lot of stories in between, but I was going to go study in London, and my teacher happened to be there when I was moving to study there. And she happened to be there staying with my cousin, who was a follower also of Gurudev, and she's also a teacher. And she called me and said, why don't you come? Your teacher's here, and she's going to stay to do programs in London, and come for the weekend. I said, all right, I'll come. So I came for the weekend to meet her, and we were sitting and talking, and the phone rang in my cousin's home. And when she picked the phone, it was Gurudev on the phone. And I was like, oh, I told my teacher I want to speak to Gurudev for sure. And she said, yes. She spoke with Gurudev a little bit. And then she said, there's this girl from Nairobi. Remember Gurudev? I told you. And you want to speak to her. So he said yes. And I spoke to Gurudev on the phone. And the first thing he says is, are you happy? I said, yes, Gurudev, I'm very happy. He said, oh, and how was the course? I said, Gurudev, I loved the course. He said, yes, I know. I was there. I was like, okay, wow. I couldn't believe, that Gurudev had said that to me. I had never spoken to him, my first conversation, and he mentioned that. And of course, I was very young at that time. I was just turning 18. I was not, I was 17 and a half years old. I was going to go into a program of college. And I knew I wanted to go and just meet Gurudev and say thank you. That was just what I had decided. And I had completed maybe 3 or 4 months of my first year in college. And my cousin called and she said, I'm going to meet Gurudev and we're going to drive. Will you come? I said, yes, I'll come. So we were going to drive from London to Germany with the ashramite who happened to be in London that time. And we were going to start at midnight. And since we were students and we were on a budget, this was the perfect way to go because there was no other way. You couldn't take flights, were so expensive, bus was so long, and we just had the weekend. I had to be back in university on Monday, the following Monday. So we went. We started our drive at midnight. My cousin, the car was very small. There was no heating and it was freezing cold, It was so cold when we were driving, and it was winter time because at that time. So my cousin had 2 blankets, and she was sleeping in the back seat, and I was sitting in the front with the driver. And the ashramite was on the right side. His name was David, and I was sitting, and I had my blanket, and I was talking the whole way, and thinking, "My, I'm going to actually meet Gurudev. I'll say thank you for changing my life, and that's it. Bye." So I sat in the car and we drove first. We had to cross the border from France to from London to France, and then the ferry, and then from the ferry you get into the German side, the French German side uh, of uh, of the continent, the European continent. When you cross to France, you go to Strasbourg. Strasbourg borders Germany. So it was a whole 12 to 18-hour drive. And we kept on going. And by the time, we had reached the Autobahn, the Autobahn is a straight road, with lights, and there's no cars, and you can drive for hours and hours, and you just hear the whirring of the wheels. So I think when I was hearing the whirring of the wheels and just going on a straight road, I must have felt very sleepy because there was nothing else. I'd been talking for so long and I had nothing else to say. So I had my eyes closed, and I was sitting in the front seat, and suddenly I heard somebody say Nemo. And I thought, I woke up like this. I looked at David and he was about to fall asleep on the wheel. And I said, David, David. And we were on a curb. The car would have just gone little, and it would have rolled and gone into a ravine, you know. And I didn't think anything of it because I just said David, and he did like this quickly, and he started driving straight. And I said, okay, we're driving, and this happened. And he said, thank you for waking me up. He told me, and I said, it's all right. After that, I decided I'm just going to stay awake because only 4 hours and we would reach the German ashram. We reached the German ashram at around 7 a.m. in the morning because we'd been driving the whole night.
Uh,
And my
Didi,
cousin told
just
me,
a second, Nimoji. Let me show the people like how means that road was very straight, so people can visualize also. So you can see this. This is the autobahn road. It's very straight and it goes like this. So the driver was like he was about to sleep because it's a straight road with nothing like, and you just were asleep. And if that turn didn't came, I guess that time it would have rolled, I guess.
oh, but when when that happened, it happened just as something that happened while we were driving. I didn't see it as anything out of the ordinary because you must know, I haven't met Gurudev. I've just done Sudershan Kriya. I'm just going to say hello to him. And I've just heard something saying Nemo. And I'm waking up thinking, oh, maybe David said my name, but he was also falling asleep. My cousin was fast asleep. So I didn't think much of that at that point, but yeah, when we reached the German ashram, it was 7 in the morning, and my cousin told Gurudev doesn't meet anybody until 10 a.m. in the morning. So it was 7, and I said, all right, I've waited so many months. I can wait another 3 hours. It's okay, you know. And we were parking the car, and David told me, he said, look up, that is Gurudev's room. I looked at the room and I saw a window. I said, wow, this is Guruji's room. And I was so happy, you know, just looking. And suddenly Gurudev came to the window and he started waving. And I'm thinking, my goodness, how did Gurudev know we were there? You know, we just 7 a.m. I was told, no, he's not going to meet. And now suddenly he's at the window looking. And I just waved and he's looking and I'm looking, I'm waving. And that was it, you know. So that was my first meeting Gurudev in physical. And it was amazing. And, you know, in person, I was so happy. And after that, I managed to say my thank you to him when I met him. And you know, we went in his meeting room in Germany, my cousin and myself, and we were sitting with Gurudev. And of course, it's my first time. And he looks at me and he says, yeah, you know, you woke me up in the middle of the night. I thought, my goodness, Gurudev knew that the car was about to, you know, roll. And he acknowledged and said that, yes, you know, that I woke him up in the middle of the night. And he was the one who had, you know, made sure that um, David wouldn't fall asleep at the wheel and we reached safely. So that is one of the first stories I have with Gurudev. And I was very young. Again, I was not, you know, uh, I did not know what Guru was. Obviously, when time passed and I understood that what is a Guru, how is a Guru, my journey started from there. And if I look back from where I started to where I am now, um, my definition of the Guru is changed. You know, it's so deep, it's so vast, it's so beautiful, because you can't define who he is and you can't know where his reach is. And as you grow on the path, as you grow as a person, you understand that more and more. But at that point in my life, my guru was somebody who had changed my life and somebody who I knew I wanted to spend every moment with. That was the feeling that was coming from within me. And did everything I could when I was young to be with Gurudev. Whenever I had a chance, I would go and be with him and travel with him and you know spend time with him. And you know, it a path, as I said, of a guru is, it's not easy being around a guru, because you always have to check yourself. You know, you always have to check who you are, what your guru wants from you. It's not all fun and games, you know. And I learned from that very young age that I needed to know who I was and where I was. If I wanted to be around the guru, my mind needed to be in a different space. I needed to drop certain things. And the journey was tough because you know, you have to really introspect, you have to go within yourself, you have to change things, you have to drop things, you have to unlearn, you have to learn. And that was how my trips were with Gurudev, always learning something, always you know, understanding new things about life, and ways and how it would manifest for me. And I think that's what everybody's journey is when they come to the guru. You know, you grow so much, you understand so much. And that wouldn't just be for me, it would be for all the people that I have touched and their lives, and you would have touched as a volunteer or as a teacher. And that is my drive, you know. My drive is that my life completely changed when I met and Gurudev and I did Sudarshan Kriya, the sky breathing. And that was something I didn't realize at that time that I would want to do other youth and children and individuals to experience. It was it evolved. The vision evolved as Gurudev's, you know, his grace in my life also made things happen. So I want to share the next milestone because if I spend too much time about there, it's going to be very long, and there are many stories. I'll share
Yes,
one
and
story because
when the return passport thing also happened.
yeah, let me share this one, Abhishek. When I was with Gurudev, and I told you being with him is always a growth for you as a person. And even if you're not around him, there is a consciousness, there is a place where your growth can always happen. And when you connect to that, it doesn't mean you always have to be around Gurudev in person. You can also experience it, you know, and that is the strength that all of us need to take at some point in our journey with the Guru. Yeah. So I remember when I was with Gurudev, he gave me a plastic box. He said, Nemo, go and put that in the kitchen. And I said, all right, Gurudev. I picked the plastic box and I threw it in the dustbin. I said, what is this plastic box? What's going to happen? I don't know. He told me to go and put it in the kitchen. And I said, fine. I just put it in the dustbin. And I went back to Gurudev and he looked at me. And this was after, I think, maybe 2 hours. He was leaving that day back for India. And I was in Germany with him. And he said to me, where's the plastic box I gave you? So I was, oh my, I didn't know what to say. I said, I just told him, Gurudev, the truth. I said, I've thrown it in the dustbin. And he said, no, go and find it and wash it and bring it back. I said, I was so confused. Why Gurudev wants a plastic box? Because we had so many other boxes, there. And I just did what Gurudev says, because when a guru tells you something, you need to do what he says. And that's always been the way I have operated, at least with the little instructions I get from Gurudev here and there. I make sure I follow that. So I went and I picked the plastic box, and my mind was going all over the place. Why Gurudev is saying, pick this plastic box, pick the plastic box. I didn't get it. I said, fine. I washed it, put it back, and I went and gave it to Gurudev. Then my flight was around the same time as 4 hours after Gurudev. And, I went to the airport with him to say goodbye. And I knew I was with some devotees. I would stay with them at the airport till my flight. So Gurudev was standing there, and he looked at this girl who was with me, and he said, so, what time is your flight, Nemo? And he asked the devotee, and she said, Gurudev, mine's after 5 hours. I said, mine's after 4 hours. And he said, okay, here. And in that plastic box was a nicely packed thepla and some roti and some food for us, because he knew that in Germany, there's no place we would have been able to eat anything. It was all late, and the places would all be closed. And he gave the plastic box, and I looked at it. And that day I realized one big lesson, that everything has use in our life. It doesn't matter what it is, from something very small to something very big. We have the tendency to get rid of things so easily. We want to get rid of situations. We want to get rid of people. We want to stop things from happening. And that made me conscious of the fact that every small item that you hold has value, and to value it, and value the way it's bringing something in your life. You don't know what that could be, and I just looked at a plastic box. I thought, wow, one plastic box taught me so much. I would never know that. And these were one of the stories I had while I've journeyed and traveled with Gurudev. And this is something, another story I'll share, Abhishek. I'll fast forward a little bit now. um, I was in India. We lived there for 5 years, and I also taught in Mexico. I lived there for 3 years, because my husband's job makes us travel quite a bit. And I remember I went to meet Gurudev in India, And I told him, Gurudev, I'm going to Mexico. And I didn't know anybody there. I didn't even know the first word of Spanish except for the word sí, which means yes. So he looked at me, and this was I went to meet him in October, and we were going to leave for Mexico, I think in April the following year. Or no, I think it was November, sorry, the next month. So he looked at me and he said, Nemo, go and enlighten the people there, and I'm coming. I said, you're coming? You're coming to Mexico? It's Guruji, I don't know anybody there. How will you come? He says, no, I'm coming. I got butterflies and anxious. I said, my goodness, I don't know how Gurudev is going to come to Mexico because I don't even know a person there. Anyways, I left and I got to Mexico and I started teaching people there. And just a little bit about my trip in Mexico. I didn't, as I said, know Spanish. And somebody had a breathing problem in my husband's office. And I taught her. I went to do something in my husband's office. I think I went to give some documents, and the secretary was sitting there, and she started breathing very heavily while she was with me. And I said, you know what, I have this breathing, do you want to do it? So I taught her Ujjayi breath, and she says, oh wait, I have 15 people who will do this course with you. You please teach this breathing to all of us. So my courses started from there in Mexico, and I didn't know any Spanish, and my first course was 6 days. I didn't speak anything. I just spoke English the whole time, and everyone cried from day one to day six. Till today, I don't know why. And the 6 days crying, tears, just every time they sit, tears. Every time they sit, tears. The only thing I knew was to say, see, and that's the first time I've not spoken so much on my course. I always speak so much. I have something to say to everybody all the time. And I just I was amazed. And the courses started to move from there, and we didn't have WhatsApp, we didn't have mobile phone, we just had one email group, which even people didn't check email much because data was so expensive that time in Mexico. And my courses, the word spread. I would just get a phone call in Spanish. I would say, see, and the course would be full with 30 people the next month, and 30 people the month after, 30 people the month after, and just people coming, 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 coming. It was incredible. It was just amazing to see how Gurudev's grace and his whole, the way the courses are designed, the way the whole energy, the way the people are and they respond. It's not really you doing anything, it's actually just happening. And when you experience that, you know that you're just that instrument for something to happen in somebody's life, and that's all. And that's my learning lesson from Mexico. And Gurudev did come. He came to Mexico for 3 days, and he had an event there. And it was wonderful to be there with all my Mexican team, and I'm still in touch with them, and they're all doing amazing work, and they've become teachers there. And so fast forward now, one more milestone story, and of course, Abhishek, you can ask questions because I don't know which stories are going to come when,
Then
right?
the
So
story you told about that person who met Gurudev, uh, you were a bunch of
oh yeah,
people
that
in
I'll
that
say.
hotel.
That
That
I'll
is
say.
that most important story. I don't know other stories.
Yeah.
This story brought me goosebumps.
Yeah. So, I eventually then moved to India for a few years. And in that time, I was working. I had a job, and I would go and meet Gurudev in Bangalore on and off. And I was living in Hyderabad at that time. And I remember I was at the ashram, and one of the Hyderabadi devotees said, Nimo, Gurudev is meeting everybody in Ganga Kutir. So I said, oh, okay. All Hyderabad team were to line up and go. So I lined up and I was waiting for to meet Gurudev, and it was my turn to meet him. So when I put my hand like that, he put the laddu in my hand, one bundi ka laddu, the yellow laddu. I looked, I said, oh, I don't know. I don't like this yellow color. bundi laddu. I saw rava laddu, the white one, and I said, "Oh, that looks much better." So I looked at Gurudev and I said, "Gurudev, you give me this one." He immediately picked the white and put it in my hand without any, smilingly put. And I went to stand behind, and he was meeting everybody, and I was just I took the rava laddu and I tasted, and it tasted terrible. And I thought, my god, this laddu tastes awful. And Gurudev was actually not giving me that. He was giving me the bundi laddu because he knew that the taste of the rava laddu was not going to be so good. I didn't know that, obviously. So I know that, see, what the guru gives you, that lesson I learned that day was, whatever the guru gives you have to take it. And from that day, I knew that I have to just drop everything. Whatever he gives, whatever he says, no arguments, no, 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 I can't, I don't want, I won't, my job, my this, my that, my taste, my likes, my preferences. I just did like this, Gurudev. Wow, the way you can give a lesson to somebody, and it's so beautiful with so much love and so much care behind the action. Only a guru can do that. And that also, if you absorb and get it, only a guru can make it happen in your life that way. So that happened for me. And I then moved back to Kenya. And then from 2017 up to 2023, now we're in, I took, I started teaching in the slum areas because, I was bullied as a child. And I understood that the sky breathing that I had done, the technique, the processes was so powerful. They had helped me so much. And I wanted other children to also know that they have a solution, other youth. And even if a percentage of what I felt and they are feeling that, I wouldn't want any other child or youth to go through that. And it became my duty, my sankalpa, whatever you want to call it, that I wanted to go out. So it wasn't easy because people will be very suspicious why that I'm coming to teach this program. What would be the reason? And it started off like that. And I know there was one teacher who had done the program with me, and I went to her. I said, "Look, why don't you organize a group of kids?" And she says, "It's difficult to convince the headmaster of the school because, in they would be suspicious that, an Indian girl, even if I'm Kenyan born, will go and teach. But it's okay. Somehow, I said, give me the first 20 children. If they don't like the program, after that, we won't continue." That's how I started. And I started with the first 20, and I ended up teaching 640 children the Art Excel program in a local school in a slum area called Dagoretti. The kids enjoyed so much. They loved the program. I saw so many changes in them, the way they were responding, the way they were letting go of their trauma. And the word spread, and I ended up teaching more than 2,000 kids Art Excel in that area, and I've shared my bio with you, Abhishek. I've shown you what the kids, children don't lie. They have such beautiful experiences they wrote. I didn't tell them what to write. I would just give them the crayon and the pen, and they would say, "Oh, yes, I'm free from my anger. I feel happy. I feel so good. So it started off like that. And then I ended up training so many street youth and children and sharing with them what I experienced. And then slowly it developed into, and obviously I was taking happiness programs here in Kenya. And, the word kept on going, referrals kept on happening. People kept on calling me that you come, you teach here, come here. And we had our YLTP program last year, post COVID. And the experience of the youth was incredible. They had wonderful experiences. They were able to let go of their stress, their addiction. And that group of children, with a group of happiness program participants, we went to meet Gurudev in Uganda. So this was something amazing. Gurudev came to Africa last year, and Peter was there. And I'll ask him to speak once I've shared this story. He was with us, and they traveled 15 hours by bus from Nairobi to Uganda. And so, it was amazing when we reached there. Unfortunately, the booking I had made was cancelled by the online website that I had done. So we were frantically looking for a place for everybody to stay. And I had budgeted, the group had paid for their tickets and everything, and I'd got a very good deal for the kids to stay in a place near Kampala, not far from where Gurudev was. So I had budgeted everything and I didn't have any extra funds. I just knew that they were coming and this was the price and that was it. I hadn't any contingency plan. So I waited, and then I got a call from there was two volunteers with them, and one of the community workers. He's also a devotee of Gurudev, and I got a call, and they're like, "Come, let's sort this out." I tried with Booking.com. Finally, Booking.com gave us another hotel, and that also was not okay. And then I remembered, oh, I have some funds. I quickly called one of our volunteers in Kenya. I said, "Come on, I remember I have this funds. Quickly transfer the money and get this hotel organized." So everything was organized, and the kids, they were, by the time they got to the hotel, it was 8. By the time Gurudev landed in Kampala, it was 8:30. So they missed meeting him in the lobby that day. So I told everybody, you come the next day, to meet Gurudev in the hotel. And that time, the exact time the kids came to meet Gurudev, he was doing a press conference. And there was no digital key entry, nothing. They were able to go upstairs, and he saw them and he said, "I'll meet you later." And all our youth were so excited to see Guruji. They were so beautifully dressed, and we were all so happy. We were, like, Gurudev is going to meet us. And I, I had there were some people from the media team. They wanted to take interviews, so we sat in one of the rooms and we were giving media interview. And that is on Gurudev's tour vlog. You will see it's a very beautiful video of Africa. Everybody should see that video. And suddenly we got a call. Gurudev is calling everybody upstairs. So he called everybody to his room, his suite upstairs, the meeting room, and all the youth met Gurudev there. And he wanted to hear what they had to say about the programs and how it had changed their lives. So he says, "I want to hear what the youth are saying and how it's changed their life. And he first asked, "How long have you traveled?" And everybody said, 15 hours, Gurudev. And he was amazed. He said, "Wow, you travel 15 hours. And one of the boys, Anthony, he left his ID at home, and he went with the motorbike, brought the ID, and chased the bus for a whole hour. It already left for Kampala from Nairobi. He chased the bus till he got his ID and got on the bus. He didn't want to meet Gurudev. He didn't want to miss that at all. So we went to meet Gurudev, and everybody, all the youth, spoke with Gurudev one to one. They were sharing, "This is how I feel, this is how I feel." And suddenly Anthony's turn came. And on the youth leadership training program that I taught, if you met Anthony, he could not speak. He was so, shy and traumatized by certain things that had happened in his life. And I was surprised that, Anthony says, yes, he wants to talk to Gurudev. He went confidently and he told Gurudev that my life has changed, everything has changed. And at the last, he said, "Oh, and my anger also, it's less, much less." So Gurudev told him, and we are all sitting there listening to this, so many of us, that, "Oh, I was waiting for you to say that, because you used to get up in the morning and you used to throw everything in the house. You used to throw everything, and now you don't do that anymore, and your family people are also very happy with you." Anthony was so surprised. "Gurudev, how do you know this?" Because nobody of us can know, that this is uh, what Gurudev knew. And he said, "Yes, Gurudev." So Gurudev asked him, "Where are you from?" And he says, "I'm from the biggest slum in Africa. I'm from Kibera, Gurudev." So, we don't know where Gurudev's reach is, who he knows, who he he knows everybody. Everybody is connected to him one way or another. And my vision and drive was that, the knowledge and the wisdom and the processes we have, we take it to everybody. We are not there to judge and see who will accept, who won't, who is going to say yes, no. I For me, everybody is Gurudev's, and that's how I operate. And everyone belongs to him, and he has a connection with him. And that's the drive that I have and how I work. And so I'm going to introduce Peter. Peter was there with us on the trip to meet Gurudev. He's been a
Peter,
recipient of
yes.
our happiness program and the youth leadership training program. And he's so lucky. He just did the program and met Gurudev. I feel so happy saying that, because it's such a beautiful part of all of who we are that we can share that. So, Peter, please unmute and share your experience. What has been your experience with Art of Living, and why are you still there, and why have you kept a photo of Gurudev on your car? Peter has printed a big poster of Gurudev, and he drives around all of Nairobi with that poster. And he sent me a WhatsApp one day, and I saw, wow, where is this car? He said, I have put a poster of Gurudev behind. People need to know who he is, and he printed and pasted it in his area. They got it done. So, Peter, please share your experience of meeting Gurudev, of doing the program. Please go ahead, yeah.
Yes, Peter.
Okay. Hi everyone. Hi everyone.
Yeah, your volume is bit less. If you can remove
Yeah.
that, it will automatically increase.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yes.
Sound is low. You can increase the volume if possible.
Okay. My name is Peter from Kenya, Nairobi.
Peter, if you can, I guess, remove that earphone and increase your phone volume sound. So I guess it will be more.
Can hear me?
Yes, clear. Yes, yes.
My name is Peter Reneina Bugwa from Nairobi, Kenya. Uh, First, I'm so happy with Heart of Living. I met Heart of Living last year. I was introduced by my friend from Kibera, and I met our mom, Nemo. And the first time I did this course, I never understand myself for the first time, but I have been in a field of peace for like 10 years. About my life, I was in crime. I came out of crime and drugs like 13 years back, and I started doing project known as Police is My Brother initiative with young people from crime. And that journey have not been so easy for me, uh, and my dream of peacemaking till the time I met Heart of Living. I did the course. The course helped me to understand myself, to know who is me, who is Peter, and have made me. Every time I made my message to young people, I have confidence on my side. And the beautiful part of Heart of Living, last year I met Gurudev in Uganda, and it was amazing, amazing. I have never stepped outside to my country, but last year was my first opportunity to go to Uganda. And the beautiful part of Uganda, I was meeting a global peace, a word global peace. It was amazing as a young peace ambassador. And now I'm meeting a father of peace. Uh, and the time we met with Gurudev, he called me hope and I'm a man of hope. I give young people hope. And first, I always thank our mom Nemo because have taken us all through for realizing ourselves. Life is hard in our country, that is true, but have managed to take our emotion and our feelings to control ourselves and so that we can reach to our goals and give our young people hope. And every time we call our mom to our initiative in Islam, he always come. He, she have dedicated her life to make a smiling face to people, and that is our dream. And all about my car, I put a picture of Gurudev because he's a father of peace. Uh, he's a he's a person who always motivates me with every word he speaks because I follow him in YouTube, in Facebook. Every time I have to get a new message from Gurudev, and and many people they are suffering in mental health and heart of living have um, has a let me call solution to what many people are going through. And young people who are coming from crime, they don't know what to do. They have many questions to their life, but you have first to meditate yourself. You have to take your life for a meeting. Go to a course, realize yourself before making your decision. And when you come out, you have something you can share. You have something you can control your emotion. You can control your heart. You are everything life. Because my life from last year when I get to Heart of Living to today, I see a big change of knowing what I want, what I'm doing, and where I'm going. And I have a big dream. Still, I have a hope to meet Gurudev and to have a good time. Still, I wish to be a teacher so that I can teach young people to my Islam because my dream and my motto is located to the young people who are in crime, who are in drugs, to take them there because we need to live this life as a family. And our dream is to make people smile, to give somebody smile. And Peter, my life I have come from far, from being a crime, from drugs. I have been beaten by mob justice, caught by police. I have gone through a lot, but today my people and my community, they're celebrating me for what I'm doing because I have a dream just to change one person, to give someone a hope, to make some face smile. And through Heart of Living, I have managed to give even myself a smile because sometimes it's so hard for giving others things that you don't have. But I'm so happy being part of Heart of Living family. I have met a lot of people to my community, outside community through Heart of Living. Because when we come together, we go that class, we go that courses, we become a family, and we learn a lot of uh, more about challenges and how to attack challenges. Because many of young people they don't know how they can attack their challenges. But I'm so happy every day of my life is like a birthday. Even if our country, we are going a lot of problem of young people fighting with police, the demonstration things, and we are losing many of young people. A person like me, I'm feeling so bad, but I pray God, and to make young people realize that there is a other way we can face our challenges, but it's not going to the streets and starting uh, snatching everything to people when you see everyone assuming that
Yes.
you're fighting police.
Peter,
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
sorry, Abhishek, I just want to, there's a group of young children who did the silence program for the first time. We had a group from Peter's area where he stays in the slum area. And Peter was the one who encouraged them to come. And Peter, when I came there on Saturday, a few last week, I noticed such a wonderful change in the children. Obviously, they've done YLTP and now the silence program. Can you share about that?
About my community and my brother and sister, the young one, they are so happy. Today they are challenging me. They want to do more and more because
Peter, just one thing I want to tell you. If you can get direct with the mobile, because I guess you are using Bluetooth. Because of that, I guess the sound is coming very low. So if you can remove the Bluetooth and then you can directly connect, you will see a big shift in the voice. Because I have tried it. I use Bluetooth earphones, then automatically my voice volume gets low. So if you can see, if you can remove the Bluetooth and then speak.
no, I'm not using the Bluetooth.
Okay. No issues. You can speak. It's
You
audible
can remove,
anyway.
Peter, I think you can remove the headphones.
I
Maybe
have
the
already
headphone and
removed.
then.
I
Okay,
already removed.
that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. The beautiful part of my brother and sister, the young one, every day and things have changed for the period that they have done the course. Uh, Time to time, my young people, they always challenge me. They want to change more. They want to recruit more and more for the young people. They are making this movement to be strong. They are making me to feel this is the right thing I did to my community, because today I'm a vice chairman to my community. And every time, every day, I always encourage my young people. We need to give, you have to care others. Don't say your life is you. You have to do things for others. Let's create heaven here. Let's create somewhere everyone will fit and see we are caring our brothers and sisters time to time, because of young people have gone to have lost to crime, to drugs, but we need to go back to them so that we can go to one journey.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks, very nice. And then Abhishek, I also want to introduce
Wonderful.
you to Jackie. Jackie
Yes.
comes from a different area called Karagocho. Jackie, just put your camera a little so I can't see. Yeah, there. Bring it down a little. Yeah, thank you. So Jackie is from Karagocho and she's also a recipient of the Happiness Wild TP Youth Leadership Training Program and also our Silence Program. And I think Jackie has a lot to say. So she will share her experience of the program. And also she got to speak with Gurudev. And I want to know what her experience was.
Yes. Jackie. Unmute.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Jai Gurudev.
Hi, everyone. Jai
Hello.
Gurudev. So I'm happy to be part of. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm happy to be part of this meeting. I'm so happy of my mom, Nemo. Thanks very much. God bless you. So I'm Jacqueline Otewa. I come from Korogosho. I have 3 kids. So my life has been through a lot. So I used to be in crime. Once I was in drugs. I used to even sleep in the street, but I really thank Nemo because she really changed my life. From my first day, I joined Art of Living. Art of Living has helped me a lot. Me and my friends in my place. I joined Art of Living. It was this year, February. My friend then invited me, so I was like, "What is this thing about?" I didn't know that it was really good and it really helped me. So I went my first day, then the breathing technique. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm breathing. What am I breathing for?" But the first day I breathe, and at least I feel like I'm released. The second day, I say, let me try the second day because the course was for 3 days. So the second day, I go and I breathe. I go home. I tell my friend, like, there's this course you need to do, and it's really helped a lot. So I was like, I wanted to do more and more course. At least I have more experience. So when the third day came, I go, I finished it, and it helped me because I used to have anger. But nowadays I can control myself. Once I was in depressed, I was stressed. I like I'm just like when someone disturbs me, I can beat him. But nowadays I can control my anger, and I'm really happy. And I can encourage the youth outside to try this because it's really helped a lot. So me, I have this group. Mom Nemo helped us. At least she opened for us a business. We have business, and it's really helped more youth in the street. Was in my place, slum. Many kids are in drugs. Many youths are in crime at an early age. You found some like a child is 13 years and he is in crime. A girl maybe she is in maybe 13, 14. She used drugs. But at least nowadays I use my experience because I've been through a lot. Once I was beaten mob, I was catch with the police. They found me with a gun. So my life has been through a lot, but I really thank Art of Living because nowadays I have this program I started last month. I normally go to street, encourage those street kids, preach with them, at least give them hope because life is really hard in our country. And if you go to street, you found those street kids and girls and boys. Some girls have small kids in the street. So I normally go there, give them hope, encourage them, and I would like them to be part of Art of Living because I know when I brought them together and bring them to this Art of Living, the training that breathing can help them. And many of them are really asking me, "What are you doing?" And so I'm telling them, "Me, I use there's this course, there's this Art of Living help me." So I would like them to join me and get the experience I got in Art of Living because I know I can change many kids outside there because they are going through a lot in the street. And I even nowadays I go to school, I motivate the kids, I mentor them, I use the life that I've gone through, I use my life experience to teach the kids in the school. I give them hope and I donate pads. Like last time, Mom Nemo helped me, give me one full box of pads, and I go and I donate in the street, and the girls were happy, and they told me, "Come back again." So I know I will bring them to Art of Living, and they will get the experience I get there. And I'm really thankful for my mom. God continue blessing you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Nemo is inspiring a lot of people by spreading Gurudev's knowledge. And we can see that in the face of Jackie right now. And she was
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
world of crime and she came into the path after she did this. Yeah. So it's very
And I,
nice. Like,
and I'm really happy because I know soon I will be a teacher and soon I will meet Gurudev. Yeah, yeah. I really want to be a teacher. I'm working hard and I know soon
yes,
I will be a teacher. And I'm really willing to meet Gurudev because once
definitely.
I've
It will-
spoken with Gurudev.
And, and sometimes, Jackie, you should also come to India. You are most welcome in India. You have
Yeah, wow, yeah,
yes,
I will really be happy to be in India.
Actually, Abhishek, I want to say I had a sankalpa that I will bring so many people to ashram to train to become teachers, you know. And I didn't know
Yeah,
this
yes,
sankalpa was going to manifest this way with the intention, Jackie, the sankalpa we know, right? Was going to manifest
yeah,
this
yeah.
way. And now slowly all my kids, all these beautiful, wonderful souls like Jackie and Peter, who I connect with. I'm so happy that they want to make change in their country, and they're people who and who better to teach than the ones who have been through that process themselves, isn't it? You know, and this is part of Gurudev's vision. Part of Gurudev's vision is that he wants everyone to be part of it. In fact, Jackie doesn't remember, but I remember when Gurudev first spoke to Jackie, he told Jackie, "You are part of my family. You're welcome to India anytime." And Abhishek, you said the same thing. Yes, Jackie, remember? So yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, that was just amazing. And so that's why I wanted you to meet Peter and Jackie because they are so inspirational. Abhishek, I spoke to you on WhatsApp about it, and I'm so proud of them. Because where the situations they face and daily life challenges, even to have a meal a day, and the kind of work they're doing to inspire the youth and to ensure that they are impacting lives, and Gurudev's grace is with them 100%, because I see that in the way they are interacting with them and the way they are moving. And I know they will make wonderful teachers, and we've already started that process. I hope my sankalpa I don't hope, I know my sankalpa will manifest for all of them to come to India. It's my dream, actually. Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. Nemo, the work you are doing, I can see it in the comment section. Everyone is getting so inspired. I guess we should all work towards one goal, which is Gurudev says it in Hindi, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world family. So this is the larger goal, and we can see it happening. The people from across the globe, they are inspiring each other, and today we had some people from Africa. How they came in this path? There was no chance. Like people, we say that okay, how they will do? It's a slum area. These areas we should not go. There are so many inhibitions in our mind. But still, when we drop our inhibition, drop our small mind, then we can reach to the people. Like Nemoji, uh, when Nemo went to these areas, it was not easy. I guess she's smiling and telling all the things, but I can feel it's not easy to go and make it happen. There are so many challenges. There are so many things, but I guess when we have our master with us, then we cross all the things. We are in a different level. It's really inspiring, really inspiring. And After a few days, Jackie also will become a teacher. Peter also will become an art of living teacher. And it has started, like the ball has started rolling, and it will create its domino effect. And we can already see it happening. So this was session was really wonderful. I would tell people that it is just the tip of the iceberg what she has done, Nemo has done. Uh, there are a lot many stories. There are a lot many things which happened. There are a lot many guru stories which happened. So we will definitely do a part 2 with her, and there we will take out all the guru stories which we have not been able to do it in this session. So make sure you write it in the comment section. We are waiting for part 2, so that I can call her so fast. And the second thing I want to tell all the people who are watching this across the world is just get inspired. See, people are waiting for you, Gurudev have said. So share this session to maximum people. Subscribe this channel. This channel. If you don't subscribe, then you will miss many things which is coming up in this channel. So do subscribe. Sattva Talks, SATTVA space TALKS. And Nemo, any last word you want to say to the people who are watching this?
Yeah, I want to tell everybody that, we are all part of this vision of creating a happy, healthy world. And, if you see Gurudev, wherever he's going, he's talking about mental health, he's talking about how we need to reach. We don't know Gurudev's reach. So you drop your judgment or your inhibition or your feeling that this person, will they really want to know about Gurudev? Will they do Sudershan sky breathing? Will they be able to understand? Of course, the connect Gurudev has is far beyond our imagination. You just need to make a little effort and the rest will happen. That's my message to everybody. Go out there, reach people. The mental health crisis is huge. Our youth need our time. Our, individuals need our time. Go and give them the time. Go and speak to them. You will find an open door. The way is open and you just need to make the effort. That's it, Abhishek. Thanks.
One more thing I want to tell. Do check in description box. I will give some links, and maybe in the comment section also I will try to give it. But do check the description box of this YouTube video. The kind of amazing work she has done. She has recorded it. So you watch that videos of how the things happened in Africa. Share these videos of her to many people. You can copy that link and share in the WhatsApp group so that people come to know about what Sewa is happening in Africa. Thank you so much, Nemo, for coming and inspiring all of us. And keep doing the good work that you are doing. And it is a big moment that you have started in Africa. And I guess Gurudev has been in touch with you personally. He's been texting and he's been closely observing all the things. So I guess it requires a lot of karma to do seva. And if some person is doing such a big seva, it is for humanity and it is bringing a change from people's lives. And you are being a direct instrument for it.
Yeah, actually, Abhishek, I want to say something because, when you drop that feeling that it's you doing and everything is happening, it works. And I feel that's the way it is. I am just there and I'm available, and that's the sankalpa I took, and that's now how it's working. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and share.
Like, hey,